Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how I went from black hair to blonde. Yes, I had blonde hair 3 years ago. So in July 2017 I finally took the plunge to go blonde. I was excited, petrified, nervous. It had to be done. I think everyone with black hair, or even like curly hair especially as well, black curly hair or brown curly hair, everyone always has that really strong desire to be like, I'm gonna go blonde, I'm just gonna do it. And you kind of have to do it to get it out of your system. And I always wanted to go blonde. Like when I was younger, I would always say to like my mum, I want to have blonde hair, like can we get this done? And she would say, speak to your sister. So I spoke to my sister Leanne, and I asked her like, how can I have blonde hair? And she'd be like, Shanna, don't do it. And I'd be like, why? I want blonde hair. And she said, Shanna, first things first, it's not gonna go blonde like you think it would. And I'd be like, huh? Like, I don't understand, because there's like this blonde hair dye, you can just pull it on and you should get blonde hair, right? My sister was like, no, that's not how it works. Because the problem with that is it wouldn't lift your hair well enough to make it blonde. It would actually turn it orange. And when she told me that, I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do it. So I kind of lost the desire to go blonde when I was like, for a really long time actually. So I think when I asked her, I was like 13, 14. And then I was in my second year at uni, and I, of course, when you should be studying, I would sometimes watch YouTube. Like, who doesn't? Sometimes I would just end up just going through so many YouTube videos in one day. It was unreal. But as I was going through some YouTube videos, I came across like the Fine Guru's hair video on how she would bleach her hair to go blonde. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, this is like amazing. Her video is really, really good. So if you go to her channel, it is on there still. And she demonstrated like the whole process, because that's something I've never seen properly. Or if I did even want to look at some bleach hair videos, there would always be like bleach gone wrong. And of course you don't want to watch those because you might just be completely put off. But the Fine Guru really broke it down on the process and what she did for her hair. Of course, you've got to remember that this is what she did for her own hair, and she has, of course, been doing it herself. So she's got a bit more experience on how to bleach her own hair in particular. And yeah, she broke it down really well and confirmed like what kind of bleach she used. So that was really interesting to find out more about the bleach powder, because that was something I didn't know about. Didn't know how to mix it, nothing. I had no idea on how I could how to dye my hair from black to blonde. And of course I wanted to do it in one big step as well, because I don't have patience, honestly. Like when people say like, oh, you should do it, take it step by step, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna do a big leap over there. And of course I just would do it, even if people say it's not good, it's dangerous. I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyway, which is I will admit, you'll see when I show you the picture of how I went from this to that, you wouldn't believe it, because it really was just all done in one hit. So when I made the decision, I texted one of my friends saying, I think I'm gonna do it, because I spoke to her for a long time how I wanted to go blonde, and she was always really supportive, saying that it would really compliment me and it would look really nice. So I knew she was one of the best people to go to, that I wanted to do this. And I also asked for her help as well to help me bleach my own hair, because the problem, as you can see, this curly mane is thick, so thick. So I realised I could not do this by myself. If I did it by myself, it probably would have gone so wrong. So it was nice that she said, she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, yes. So I was like, I'm gonna get all the research, I'm gonna look into this, I'll get all the products and I'll bring it all over to you and we'll do it one afternoon. And yeah, after she confirmed she was more than happy to help me out with it, I started to do a lot of research on how I could bleach my hair. So the Fine Guru, she used Sparks bleach, so I looked into that, and honestly, if you are looking to bleach your own hair and you're not sure what kind of bleach powder to use, I'll definitely recommend that one, because it's a bleaching powder that is blue, so it's already tinted. So that's very important when you're bleaching your hair, especially if you've got dark hair like mine, because if you, with the blue already in there, it's like a corrector, so it's going to correct it enough and allow it to lift well enough that it doesn't go brassy, because you don't want your hair to look brassy, because when you try to put the toner on at the end, it won't lift to the colour that you're expecting it to. So finding a bleaching powder that's already like a blue colour already, that is tinted so it doesn't make your hair brassy looking, is very important. So that's a good one to use. I got a 40% developer as well. I used the Wella developer, and of course the 40%, I was a little nervous because when I looked into that, a lot of people said it's good for dark hair. However, a lot of people said it's the strongest, so that's the only problem. And a lot of people did say like it can be very, very damaging, and I was in the middle about it. So I was still thinking like, should I use a 30% developer or a 40% developer? And I held off getting the developer for a little bit because I was thinking, I don't know, because I want the blonde, but I know there will be damage, but I don't want too much damage that it will just ruin my hair in one hit, because that's something you've got to take in mind as well. At the end of the day, when you're bleaching your hair, you are potentially damaging your hair. Not potentially, you are damaging your hair. So that I didn't really purchase for a little while because I just needed to think about it a lot more. And then I looked at other like WikiHow things. I just googled like how to bleach your hair from black to blonde, just trying to find out as much information as possible of what stuff I need at the time, and getting everything together to ensure that my hair doesn't go orange, it doesn't go brassy, and it goes to the blonde that I'm after. So as I did some research, I came across the red gold corrector. That's something that the Fine Guru didn't use in that video, and I was thinking, wasn't sure about it at first because I was like, what does it do? And I looked into it, and what that does, it helps eliminate the brassiness. So I was like, this is something I definitely need, because I didn't want, again, you don't want the brassiness, no one wants that, and because the problem with it is you would have to keep going over it again, and I didn't want to keep going over my hair with the bleach causing additional damage. I just wanted it to be everything that would work into my hair to just do it all in one hit. So when I saw about that, I was like, good, great. I found it at a really good price. I think it was either on Amazon or eBay. It's like this little pot. You just use like a few drops when you're mixing it in with the bleach and the developer. One thing I did worry about was with bleaching my hair, I knew there was going to be the damage, and with that damage I wanted to ensure that my hair was strong enough, because that was the thing, I didn't know if my hair was strong enough. As you'll see in this picture here, my hair was already ombre, so I had like a caramel brown at the ends. So that bit I knew was already damaged, and I was a bit worried that if we went over it, it would just snap off or anything, like fall off or anything. So that's one thing I wanted to ensure that was strong enough. So Shanez Wong, she's another good YouTuber as well with her blonde hair, and I'll definitely recommend if you are looking to go blonde and you want some advice on how to look after your blonde curly hair, check her out, she's really good. I watched her video that was highly requested from a lot of people of how how she got her hair blonde and how it all happens in the salon. And she explained that her hairdresser used Olapex, and that was something I heard that the first time on her video, and I wondered, like, what is that? Like, I knew it was like a new thing, and I wanted to understand like what it does. And she explained that this is something that helps during the bleaching process, so it doesn't cause too much damage, and it ensures your hair is strong enough to take the bleach. So when I heard that, I was like, I'm there. Where can I find this? And I researched like what one I needed in particular during the bleaching process. So I realized I needed the number 1, because that's the Olapex that you actually put in the bleach, and you mix it. When you're mixing it all together, you put it in there. So that was something I knew that I definitely needed, and I researched like no tomorrow to try and find this product. Like when I googled it, I looked at Amazon, and the price of it was just like, damn. I was like, like for this little diddy thing, it was like 100 ml, it was like £30. I was thinking, I can't get that. And I was like, but I need it. And I thought there must be another way I can get it for a good price. So I looked at eBay, and they sold like the sachet like samples, so I could just get a sachet of it. And I think I got like 4, 5 of those for like £12, £13. And I was really happy with that. And I also got the number 2 as well to use as the conditioning process after we rinsed out the bleach. I think that's when we did it. But yeah, so that's all the stuff that I had ready. Beforehand though, I knew that my hair needed to be ready and strong enough to take the bleach, and to be, of course, I didn't want it to get like dry or damaged. So again, I researched how can I make my hair strong enough, ready to take the bleach. And the Fine Guru had this video. I don't think it's on her channel anymore. It was a really good video. I liked it. And what it was a yogurt hair mask. And when I first watched it, I was like, oh my god. I was like, I don't know if I could try it. I did in the end, because it was interesting to see what would happen. But of course, the thing that drew me to it was knowing that it was a protein hair mask. So I think I'm trying to remember the ingredients off my head, but I think it was like yogurt, an egg, and you would use like warm olive oil as well, and peppermint oil in your scalp. So you would get the peppermint oil to put into your scalp, and you would rub it in, and you would use the yogurt and the egg and mix it all together, and you would just like put it through your hair. And then you would use the warm olive oil, so you'd like heat it in the saucepan, and you would just rub it in your hands and put it all through your hair. And you would wear that for an hour, and then of course you would rinse it out, shampoo it out, of course, because you don't want any of the egg or the yogurt in your hair. And yeah, of course, protein masks are very important in curly hair world. You want to try and depend on your hair and the porosity of your hair, and at what point as well, if it's still like damaged or anything. Protein masks are great at ensuring that your hair gets stronger and stronger. Of course, you don't want to do it too often, depending on the damage of your hair. If your hair is really damaged, you want to do like a protein mask maybe once a month or once every couple of months. If your hair's like mine, I don't need a protein mask as much as I used to, so I probably try and do it like once every 4 months. I try and do it like when the seasons change, so my hair's just like strong enough and ready and prepared for the season. But I did a few protein masks beforehand, and a lot of deep conditioning. Like I deep conditioned like no tomorrow. I would probably wear a deep conditioner in my hair for like a weekend, and I would even sometimes wear it in the week. Like I would just do my curly hair routine and put the deep conditioner in, and I'd just French plait it, and that would be it. I would just keep the deep conditioner in all week, just to ensure that my hair is moisturised and getting stronger as much as possible. And before I even actually bleached my hair, I think I washed my hair 3 days before, but I did a co-wash. I co-washed my hair, and I did wear a deep conditioner overnight as well, just to ensure that my curls were ready for the bleach. But yes, ensuring your hair is strong enough beforehand, like really take care of it as much as possible, because of course when your hair is blonde, you've got to like baby it so much more than you would when it is just like normally curly like this, because your hair is going to be a lot drier once you've bleached your hair. And yeah, that's all I have to say about the prior side, because of course getting into routine of moisturizing your hair as much as possible will ensure that you'll keep that up once your hair is blonde as well, because if you don't know how to implement a routine ready for your hair that will be damaged and dry, it's kind of just going to go downhill, because you've really got to just baby your hair when it's blonde even more compared to just when it's curly really. But yeah, so once I'd done all the research, I got everything ready. I also did as well, I didn't want black roots that when I had my hair, when we another thing as well, I didn't want like black roots when we bleached my hair. I wanted it to be like a sort of dark brown colour, so I got the Dark and Lovely Honey Blonde hair dye to just go at the roots here, and we did that just to go at the roots here, so then I would just look more natural, because I thought in my head, like, I don't know if it would work just having like black blonde. I wanted it to like have a nice transition, if that makes sense, because I don't know, I think the black would have made it look harsh. So that's what I wanted. And yeah, I got the Dark and Lovely hair dye from Amazon, because before I think I got that for like £4.50. It was a really good price. And then also I got the Wella T18 Ash Blonde toner to tone my hair once we bleached it. And yeah, the colour I got was this. Literally from that. Can you believe it? I was absolutely gobsmacked when my friend and I finally achieved that colour. It was just so amazing. I just thought, wow, couldn't believe it. Like, it was just really good. Even my hair as well, my friend said how soft it was after. We were both really surprised, because we were expecting it to feel like really dry or like to be a bit more damaged in a way, but honestly my hair was just like really good. Even my mum was surprised as well, because like when I told her like, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to have blonde hair, she was like she was like, nah, I don't think it would work. She honestly thought I'd come back home really upset that I'd with orange hair. But when she saw it, she was like, wow, like she couldn't believe it. Even like my dad was just like, oh my gosh. And my sister, I think I surprised everyone when I did it, because yeah, it was just like, wow, kind of moment. And you know what? I didn't regret any of it, to be honest. Like, going blonde and doing that and getting it out of my system was just like a wonderful experience. And even doing it myself with my friend as well was such a fun experience. Like, it was really good, because all of that as well, cost wise, trying to think, I probably spent like just under £25 for everything just to bleach my hair, whereas I probably would have had to spend like nearly £60 to bleach my own hair. And of course I didn't want to do that, because on top of that I'd have to travel to London, and that again would have made it like £80 to have achieved the look that I wanted. And maybe I probably wouldn't have achieved the look I wanted, because they might even turn around and say like, oh no, it will damage your hair too much, or I might get the wrong person who could have damaged my hair. That was the only thing that I did get a little bit fearful of. I was always a little bit I was always a little worried of hairdressers maybe ruining my hair, because it can happen. I was always just a little bit worried that someone could ruin my hair, but no, it felt really good that I was able to do it myself, and also to do it with my friend, and she was amazing. Like, she was so good. I'm so thankful that she helped me through that process, and she was really patient as well, because when I was like, how's it going, I felt so bad because my hair was so thick, and she was just so patient with it all, and she really took care of everything. And but yeah, thank you, Ali. And yeah, afterwards my hair was always just, I really took care of it. After, I did get a little bit fearful of it going brassy or orange, or going brassy like yellow, like Barbie blonde, sort of like 50s look. I didn't want that kind of blonde, so I realised I needed light purple shampoo, and I got this one. It's a really good shampoo. I loved it so much. It's sulfate free, and the longer you leave it in, the ashier your curls, not your curls, the colour will look. And I think I used that I used it every week actually. And I also use it when I co-washed as well. So I would like co-wash, and then on the once I'd done the second time of the co-wash, I would then put in the purple shampoo, and I'd leave it in for about 15 minutes just to ensure that it would lift the colour a bit more, to ensure that there was going to be no brassiness at the end of it. And yeah, I was really happy doing that. And of course I deep conditioned every single week. I did a protein treatment once a month as well, to ensure that my hair was still, to keep the strength of my hair going. I was very careful when I detangled as well. I would finger detangle a bit more, because I realised when I used a brush, more hair was coming out, and I was a little bit worried. So I used that instead. But yeah, I think that's almost everything after I went blonde. One thing I did that I wish I never did, I did straighten my hair when it was blonde. I straightened it around Christmas time. I should have probably waited maybe like at least a good year or so. I don't know. It did look good when I straightened it. Here's a picture here of when I had it straightened, and it did come out well, but the ends were very dry, and when I felt that, I was like, oh, it was just really, it felt rough. And I did go back I did go back curly really well, which was good, and I was very happy once I got the curls back in. But I did still feel that rough texture, and it just didn't feel right anymore. And even no matter how much I deep conditioned it, it just didn't feel right. And I realised, I was like, I've messed this up a lot. So what I did was I actually cut my hair. So I went really short, and I had it straightened. So like my hair was like up to here, and here's an image of it. And it was really nice. I loved it like that. It was so good, but it was again a lot more maintenance because of having to straighten my hair now. So again, I still really took care of my hair, and I babied it. It felt a little bit healthier as well because of where I just got really completely rid of the straight ends. And I did have a bad hair dye dilemma. So when I needed to redo the roots of my hair, because of course the new growth was coming through with the black, what did I do? I think I bleached again. I just went over some bits just to get rid of the brassiness, and then I used a different dye of Dark and Lovely. For some reason in my head I was like, I'll use the blonde Dark and Lovely, and it just looked awful. So awful. I was so gutted. My hair went orange brassy here, and it just looked terrible, and I thought, oh, I've messed up. I've really messed up. And yeah, I realised, I was like, I don't know how to correct this. I did a lot of research again, trying to figure out how can I get it back to how it was when it was really nice. And I realised, I was like, I have to go to a hair salon. I just realised that I have to do it. At the time I had a full-time job, so at that point I was like, okay, it's not too bad, because I've got like a steady income. It's fine for me to probably go to a hair salon who can try and fix this for me. And I went to 330 hair salon, and I went for a consultation. So they were like, they examined my hair just to see how it happened, just to see like the colour in person. And then they asked me like what kind of colour that I wanted it to be, and they showed me the colour that it would be best that they could try and do to make it look more natural. And they did like a tester thing as well, because they have to do that just to see how my skin would react to the dye, because of course if it reacts badly they can't do anything, unfortunately. But everything was fine, and then I think like a few weeks later they corrected it, and here is a picture here. And you know what, I really loved it when it was like that. It was so good. I absolutely loved it, and yeah, it was a really good colour. That brown colour was really nice. I think I probably would, I don't know. No, I will avoid temptation. I won't dye this hair. I will not. No. Bad thoughts. Sin out. Okay. That's out the system. But yeah, when I think I had my hair like that for about a couple more months, and then I found it a lot of effort to keep my hair a good blonde, and to the blonde that I wanted it to be. It was just a lot of hard work. It was a lot of money after some time. It does add up, and I just thought, I can't do this anymore, and I'll just rather go back to just having black hair as it was before. And if I want to do something else with it, I can figure something else out. So I took the hit, and on my way back of going from blonde, I dyed it brown, as you can see in this picture here. And of course my hair was again still short. It was very damaged, as you can see. Like the curls were like wavy. There was like no curl pattern whatsoever. It was just all wrong, and it was the right thing to do, most definitely, because after that it was just like not so much hard work. I mean, there was still like hard work to like keep doing protein treatments, deep conditioning, a lot of protective styles, but it was just like, yeah, still the best decision. And I'm very happy that I did go back to this colour as my natural colour, as my hair's grown out really well and curls are popping, looking good. Yeah, that's my blonde curly hair story, as how I went from black to blonde, and of course blonde to black. It took me about, it's taken me 2 years to get all the way back to here actually, which isn't that long, which is good. Normally it would take me a lot longer, but I think because I know how to really take care of my curly hair a lot better than I did before, the process went a lot smoother of just getting it back to a healthy curly hair. But yeah, I hope this video was enjoyable, and I hope it's given you some more information if you are looking to go blonde. I would say do a lot of research like I did. I'll put some links down below of the products that I mentioned as well, and of course I'll try my best to find them at a good price, because of course I know like there are some stuff out there where it's just like ridiculous. But if you are looking to dye your hair blonde, I wish you all the best of luck. Of course, I think don't do it by yourself. I think it's best to have someone with you, a friend, a sister, a mum, someone to help you during the process, because after some time when you are trying to do it, your arms ache a lot and you kind of want to just like give up a bit. But having someone there to support you, to get you through it, and if you feel a little bit nervous, they can like lift you up a bit more, that it will just be fine. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't look the way you want it to at first, you can just wait a couple of weeks and you can correct it later. And that's something that I didn't really think about that much, because I was one of those, I am that person who wants things to be done in just one hit and to look great in one hit. And yeah, if I have the patience more now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe here. And also, if you like this video, like it and comment down below if you are looking to go blonde, and like if you want to know some more tips of what products that would be best for your blonde curly hair and to keep those curls looking great, and of course keeping that colour looking great, just comment down below. And you can also follow me on Instagram as well. You can DM me to ask for more. I'm more than happy to help. And yeah, speak to you all later and enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Bye.